Thursday, Wednesday, we have a great legend of ours, Jermaine, jumping in today to share his journey. If you are someone who's had some struggles with confidence, with being seen, being vulnerable, right, and owning your power, his story is a powerful story of how quickly things can shift when we allow ourselves to be seen. And I think as gay men, one of the biggest things that we fear is two things. We want to be seen, we want to be heard, but then at the same time, we have this big fear of being seen and heard for multiple reasons. And I just want to shine a light on this beautiful man about his journey, how far he has come, where we're taking him, as inspiration, firstly, just to celebrate Jermaine himself, the man himself, but also for some of you out there right now who maybe you want to be braver, be more courageous, be seen, be more confident, really step in more powerfully into yourself. His story can be a powerful story. Tyler, yeah, absolutely. So what we can do, Tyler, send me a DM afterwards. So this is a live conversation to share. Jermaine, one of our incredible guys in Daring Academy Stories. But if you want to comment here below as well to join in on the conversation, please do. Miguel, Francis, good to see you guys. All right, here we go. Oh, Jermaine, we may need to request. I just accepted it for some reason. That didn't come through. Christian, Quest Little, welcome guys. So we're having Jermaine join us to share a story. As you guys are watching here, as Jermaine jumps on in, we'd love to hear where are you guys visiting from? What city in the world? What country? We'd love to hear. Aim higher, welcome. All right, let's see if that works. There we go, Jermaine.
Hey,
Awesome.
can you hear me?
We can hear you. Can you hear
Okay.
me okay?
Yes.
That's right. Rock and roll. Um, Firstly, this is Jermaine's first live, so welcome along, champ. You're a legend for being here. Shame slaying, right? It takes so much courage to be vulnerable, to be seen, and do these crazy things. And this is who you're becoming, right? You become this confident person and say, hey, you know what? Let's go for things. Before we jump on in, though, let's actually start from the very beginning, only a few months ago. But what were the struggles, what were the things coming up for you that made you say, hey, Jared, let's jump on board. Let's join the community. Let's go on this journey together.
Um, well, what I was feeling at the time, there was a lot of doubt within myself. Um,
Mm.
just a lot of inner things that I was dealing with, especially my weight, um, not dating anyone, not sure if dating was for me because of the way I was feeling and everything about myself. Um, and I decided that there, there wasn't a specific moment. It was just a thought. Like I need a change. It was like that. I can't really explain. It's like that whisper, like that inner voice saying you need to change. Something needs to change. I know you want to be better, and that's when I think either I reached out to you, you reached out to me. About the program and everything, and I said, why not? Usually I would feel hesitant because I'm not sure about how this will work out for me and things like that. But someone just told me to go for it and that it will be okay and that I will be able to do it.
Yeah,
And it was a smooth process. Um, it, it really has changed my life little by little.
yeah.
And it's not one thing I realized is it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Mm, mm.
And so I, I'm aware of myself changing every day, or just little things that has happened to me
Yeah.
and how I would react to certain things, uh, my past self, how my past self will react to certain situations as
Yeah.
opposed to now.
Yeah.
It's completely different.
That's
And a lot of people have realized that or they've seen it.
yeah.
Um,
Be-
Even at work, people ask me, well, how are you so calm? Or things going on at work. And my motto is like, it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. We do what we can. We can only try to change things so much.
Yeah.
And while everyone else is in a huff, I'm just calm doing my work and just let just going with the flow of things.
Let's go. Is this new calm, confidence, self-belief that I'm
Hmm.
really feeling through with you, Jermaine, right? Before we go there, let's go. We're going to go back a little bit and we'll come back here, okay?
Okay.
Because what you touched on is so common, right? I know a lot of yeah, men feel this. It's like, hey, the self-doubt, the feeling of like body weight, like struggles there. Can I find someone, right? Getting inside head. What were some of the things you were because I remember that moment with you, Jermaine, when you felt that whisper. Our conversation, I was like, man, Jermaine is here. He's
Yeah.
ready. He's ready for this, right? Um, but what were the things you have been trying so far beforehand? Because you were doing things by yourself, right? Doing things alone. What were the things you were
Yeah.
trying that wasn't working?
Um, Trying to navigate working out by myself.
Mm,
Um, it was just little things here. I would try to meditate. I would try to journal. It wasn't really connecting. And I'm a writer. I used to love to write, but
mm,
there seems to be a disconnect. And it, it was just a sense of what it boils down to, I think, is worthiness. I didn't feel like
yeah,
I was worthy of a lot of things, and that created a lot of blockages for me. And
yeah,
now I'm trying to break those blockages
yeah,
and, be better and to know that I am a better person and that I can be this person that I envision for myself in the future because I feel it. It's not that I willingly, envision myself. I
mm,
could be doing something mundane. I could be walking around. I could be doing work at my desk, and then all of a sudden I'll have this strong feeling of this is the person you're going to be in the
yeah,
future. You're
yeah.
going to be confident, and you're going to. I I can't really. It's just a feeling.
I
You know
feel
what I
you,
mean?
Jermaine. I feel
It's
you. What
like
I'm hearing is this, right? So you knew there's a version of you that you know exists. There's
mhm,
a version of you that's confident, right? That looks and feels fantastic and is worthy, knows his worth, and really inside his body, there's confidence, worthiness there. You were trying the meditation, workouts alone, the journaling, all these different things, but there was a disconnect that was happening. What was the thing that because you said there was some beforehand, right? You may
mhm,
say, hey, just you don't know what it is, let's just not do the thing, the
yeah.
skepticism, the doubt. What was the thing for you that said, Jared, let's go for it? I want to bet on myself, I want to go for this.
I think what it was too was um, just my weight. I wasn't getting down to the weight I wanted. I was working out, but I wasn't getting to where I felt I should be. I wasn't seeing results or
Mm,
feeling results. And, the plan that you mapped out for me, it had me sore in places I didn't think I would be sore in. And
yeah,
that's when I looked off like, okay, this is working.
yeah,
And even like the meal plan, it's made me more aware of what I put in my body,
mm,
especially with the tracker and things like that. So it makes me just more aware of myself.
mm, yeah,
Because
awesome.
before I would just eat, I'll go on like eating benders. I'll binge eat sometimes and then I'll feel guilty and I'll go and work out and then something will happen and I'll binge eat again a little bit
Mm,
and feel guilty and it was just a whole cycle.
yeah,
And I recognized that it's a cycle that I needed to break. It needed to break.
yeah. Totally hear you with the cycle there. My hand is up here. That cycle was so frustrating to be in. Um, how have things changed now? Because you said family, people are noticing, people at work,
Mhm.
like, hey, Jermaine, why are you so calm? Um, what has been shifting inside of you and outside of you?
My perspectives on a lot of things. I look at the bright side a lot
Mm,
more and the silver linings of things. I know I told you I was in the hospital like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was just calm about that situation. Usually I would freak out and,
mm,
just be down on myself, but I was just calm the whole time, and I knew that it would pass.
mm.
And it did.
Yeah.
And I got better. And then recently, last week, I
It's
got
just
my car
this
stolen.
food underwear. Do you remember those because you ate something or something was stuck in your throat?
Yeah, I had swallowed a small piece of bone from a turkey
Yeah.
leg, and it got lodged in my throat.
I remember you came onto the call the day after. You're like, "Hey guys, I'm here." Chill. Hey, I was in the hospital yesterday, but I'm here. I'm
Yeah.
committed. Right? That's powerful. And then, sorry, you go on.
Yeah, I recently, last week, got my car stolen. I don't know how I handled that. I just happened to wake up, my usual routine for work, lifted up the blinds, and my car was just gone. And usually I would totally freak out. I mean, I did cry a little bit, but all I could do was, let uh, just express my feelings and sit with my feelings. So I cried, and then I ended up laughing because it was just so hilarious. It was like I had to process everything. I ended up crying and laughing and crying again and laughing, and I was just calm. I just handled the situation way better than I would have in the past
Mm,
because I would have
mm,
freaked out. I would have just been so depressed and down on myself. But I just said, you know what? I've been talking about getting a new car. This is my opportunity to start looking for one.
yeah.
Um, I have the opportunity to take the bus and experience not driving and just being aware of the area around me and the people and things like that. And I'm walking a lot more.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm getting some cardio in. But it's like I know everything will be okay.
Wow.
Everything will work out. I truly believe that. And months, maybe years ago, I would not have been just patient and kind
Mm.
to myself and just calm. I would have freaked out completely.
And this is the whole theos of the Journey Academy, right? Our man, you, Jermaine, and it's like, hey, we are people who take life's challenges, life's raw material, and we rise from it, right? Because ultimately life happens. Life will happen.
Mm.
And it's how do we respond to those situations? And Jermaine, you are fine, man. These different challenges has been coming in. You're like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna rise. I'm gonna rise above the situation. But that doesn't mean that we don't feel the feelings, right? We still allow ourselves to cry, to process, to scream, do whatever is necessary. But then we laugh, we rise. We rise from the situation, which is so powerful. Um, which I'm sure people will be listening, like, hey, this is interesting because you came in to, hey, our goal is to lose weight, right? Our goal is to find that worthiness. But really, what I'm hearing, Jermaine, the worthiness is Jermaine becoming the strong person that can respond in a different way to life. Um, how has you shared to me privately as well that you were the lowest weight you've ever been in for a long time? Is that right?
No, well, the lowest I've been, and it's only because I was in the military. My lowest weight was 130,
Yeah.
and then I went to like 145, 150, and I kept that steady. But then after a while, just kind of kept
Mm.
going up and up, and then I got to 200, and then 210, and so I'm down to I think 197 now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm trying to slowly going down, which I'm happy about.
Yeah. And what do you feel was the difference now versus before? From say the military, which is like, hey, drill sergeant,
Yeah.
that sort of environment to hey, this is where in real life we're lifing now. What is the difference today?
Well, for one, I'm with the Darren Academy. Two, I now have a plan, a workout plan that I follow. Uh, Three, it's just being more aware of what I eat.
Yeah.
Because I think who said that? It was someone that I was watching. They said you can have what you want just um, in not small doses, but you just have to be aware of your calorie intake and things of that nature. So it's like, Greek yogurt, like the other day I made um, beef, cheese, and then instead of using sour cream, I used Greek yogurt, and it turned out delicious.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
The
like things
little
like that.
changes.
Yeah, little changes. And the little changes make a big difference because it really does change the habit, change my habit over time.
Yeah,
Just changing little things here and there.
yeah. Little changes. How sustainable do you feel? Because we're just getting warmed up, Jermaine, right? We're not, we're just getting started. How sustainable do you feel these little changes are on a long-term basis versus what you tried in the past?
It's very sustainable now, and it's more realistic than what I've tried to do in the past. Like with all the different diets and intermittent fasting and things like that.
Hmm. What would you say to someone who's um, what would you say is different about doing this versus going on another diet, getting another workout plan, and maybe get a personal trainer to count some reps and weights for you?
This is different because you have community. And that's one thing too that has helped me is the community and the camaraderie with everyone, especially on the message boards and things like that. Um, just the encouragement and hearing everyone else's stories. And in hearing everyone else's stories, I realized that, oh, I've been feeling the same way. I thought I was alone in this, and I'm not because
Yeah.
they feel the same way too.
Isn't it funny, right?
Yeah.
We go through all this stuff inside our heads and we feel like we're the only person in the world
hmm
that feels these feelings, and you find these people like, oh wow, I can breathe, I can be on this journey, I can transform, I can go on this journey, I can have support around me, um, and live brave, live brave. Um, Last couple of questions, remember, so you mentioned actually the military, that was, how long ago was that?
Oh, that was like 20 something years ago. I went in 2002 when I did
2000,
4 years.
yeah, so that was a long, yeah. So
Yeah.
it's been a long time
Yeah.
since then. Okay. Um, what would you say to someone who say they've battled with the similar struggles as you? They want to make change, right? They're like, hey, I want to reach out, I want to do this, but there's some fears. There's a fear of maybe like, hey, will these guys get me? Can I do this? Will this work for me? What would you say to them?
You just have to have faith that things will work out. If you are willing to really make that change and you want it for yourself, um, it's a good idea to just try it out and see because you never know. You never know how things are going to pan out. And that's just with life itself in general and taking chances. And that's one thing that has I've noticed in me, a change in me is I'm willing to speak up a little
Yeah.
bit more. I'm willing to say hello to strangers more instead of be inward all the time and just, you know, uh, not be social. I'm a
Yeah.
little bit more social than I've been in a long time,
Yeah.
and
I see.
I'm okay. But
What
it
I'm hearing,
can be
yeah.
no, but it can like just you just gotta go for it and
Mm.
just have faith that if this is what you really want, go for it. Take that chance because you never know what you'll find in the journey.
Beautifully said, Jermaine. Beautifully said. Just go for it. Being a risk taker, right? Because ultimately, sometimes, a lot of times, it's easy for us to, get inside our heads and think about things, but actually taking the action, going for it, being courageous. And what I'm hearing you say there, Jermaine, is it's the impact of that, right? How it's impacting of Jermaine. Actually, we're going to say hello to strangers. We're going to smile to people. People are noticing these shifts in you. It's so beautiful to watch. It's only been a very short amount of time to get us so far. I can't wait to where things are going. Just for a brief second, what are you most excited for? on this journey together, where we're taking you, where things are going. What are you excited to see happen now that we're here, say for the coming year?
I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see the Jermaine at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I want to see who that person will be
Are you?
and the progress.
Yeah. See who Jermaine will be, the progress. How different do you feel today versus back when we started just a few short while ago?
I feel good. I feel confident.
Yeah.
I
Let's go.
I can feel I can feel my confidence getting built. Especially after the sessions. Those sessions
The
really
good
do
cause.
help. Yeah,
All of us together. Yeah.
yeah. On Sundays, it really does help.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to just commend you, Jermaine. I know we're just getting started. I can't wait to share more of your journey, right, as we go along. Um, I know this can inspire someone, not just someone, many people, right, to voice out loud. There's so much power when we voice out loud the fears, the doubts, the shames, and all this stuff. We just put it out there and we own that. We become a different human for it. And I love watching the light in you just grow. I can see the way you're sharing, on Facebook, social media, the way you come onto group calls. All of this is so beautiful. And from our first call, I just remember I was like, Jermaine, I know there's that bubbly version, that beautiful side who just wants it. It's so ready. It's so ready. And I know end of this year, there's going to be a whole new version that we'll do another live. We come back and you're like, oh shit, this is another evolution. Thank you for sharing, Jermaine. Everybody, thank you for watching. We'll see you soon on the other side.
All right, thank you.